Shamima Begum was 15 years old when she fled home and married an Islamic State fighter, emerging 4 years later in a camp in northern Syria, wanting to come home. But the government revoked her British citizenship, and protracted battles against that decision through high and supreme courts have led to this.
Our only task is to assess whether the deprivation decision was unlawful. We have concluded it was not, and the appeal is dismissed.
The original Appeal Commission judgment said the case of Shamima Begum versus the Secretary of State is about fundamental principles of the highest importance that have existed ever since the Magna Carta, the right not to be outlawed or exiled, set against the government's duty to uphold and safeguard the security of the United Kingdom.
The government says she is responsible for her own actions, joining a terrorist group. And although a special Immigration Appeal Commission found last year that there was credible suspicion she may have been trafficked to Syria for sexual exploitation, the judges today ruled that that doesn't outweigh the government's right to ban her return on security grounds.
Outside court, her lawyers vowed to continue the fight.
I'm sorry to Shamima and to her family that after 5 years of fighting, she still hasn't received justice in a British court, and to promise her and to promise the government that we're not going to stop fighting until she does get justice, until she is safely back home.
And so here she remains in Al-Roj camp in northern Syria, where Sky News met her in 2021.
I didn't fit into my community or my family, so I felt like I was going somewhere where I could, be accepted more for who I was.
What were the promises of coming here?
Paradise, basically. And it was actually hell on earth.
It's a world away from her former home in rainy Bethnal Green, where some argue the public would be better protected by an inquiry into how she and 3 other schoolmates were radicalised, and by who.
We have failed in a duty of care towards young people. We never called for a public inquiry. These people are still amongst us and we don't know who they are. Was it a youth worker? Was it a teacher? Did she meet some outside? Was it a learning mentor? Was it a counsellor? We just don't know.
She remains in limbo, in squalor. The government says UK security is its priority. Jason Farrell, Sky News.